like, dude, I'm just gonna start this thing because we're just fucking going. And
I know we already like talked about
it.
stuff you do. So yeah.
All right, welcome to another episode of To the Fullest with Jason Froberg. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow us on social media, and support us on Patreon and PayPal. Today on the podcast, I am very excited to introduce my very good friend of the Blue Man Group, Tinnitus, Vevesi, is that how you say it? Vevesi, yeah, and Uberschall, Jeff Tortora. My brother.
This is great to be here. You got such a cool place, and we already talked about you for a while because it's good to catch up, even though we did briefly at the Crown and Anchor.
Yeah.
A few months ago at Les's party.
It was good to see you at Les's party. That was a fun time, man. That was like a huge rock star party. There's all kinds of amazing people there, man.
Yeah, and I missed a lot of people because I showed up late.
Oh, yeah.
I had to play.
I had family in town, and I was like, I just invited them to come down and drink. It was a bar, it's like a public place, and they came down and were just like, holy shit, they saw all these famous musicians and stuff hanging out, and then they ended up closing the bar down damn near.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were there the whole friggin' night. It was a lot of fun, man.
It's great seeing you.
It's good seeing you too, man.
This is a great setup, people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, what have you been up to, man? You sent me some stuff about, you got this, is this an original band, Vevesi? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's myself. Kind of during the shutdown, started to really work on it more. Tony Carboni, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
And Corky Gainsford, which you also know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All amazing people.
So yeah, Corky does a lot of mainly the production and mixing and all the engineering and making magic out of the chaos. And he drummed on some stuff. I drum on most of the stuff and co-write with Tony, and Corky did some stuff. So kind of a combination of whatever.
Nice.
All three of us. Some other people have been involved, like Jacob Chittister, friend Thaddeus Correa did a little thing on there, but mainly us three, and just got like 7-8 tunes so far.
That's awesome. Have you guys been playing that out anywhere, or I haven't heard anything about it?
No, we just kind of work on a song. Then it's like, then months later, put it out.
Well, you guys are always so busy, doing all this professional stuff.
Corky's been touring with Blue Man now, and Tony's got his own studio and other corporate gigs and whatever. So everyone's super busy doing 8 billion things all the time. So it's tough to make it like, hey, let's just do this every day, which would be cool, but
it would be nice.
So just keep plugging away. You just keep plugging away at it, though. You try.
I've jumped back into writing some music myself, and I'm working on like an original composition that I'm writing all on my own, and it's taking forever with my schedule. Like, I just have no friggin' time to do it. And then I I'm like, I got like 1 or 2 days a month where maybe I could sit down in the studio and start jamming, and it's like, well, I haven't played guitar in a month now.
Oh,
let's get my fingers to work again. Yeah. It's a it's a passion project, a project of love you got to put all your effort into, man. And so it's rough whenever it's moving at its own pace.
Yeah, because a lot of times, it's not like, oh, here's a shitload of money.
Quit your job and go spend a month in the studio just doing nothing but writing an album.
Yeah, it's just like, have fun, be creative. But then you never know what could come out of it. So, and the reward, how it's just rewarding is worth more than, money sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like playing and making money, but the satisfaction you get of a finished product that you like. If you don't like it, then that's a bummer. But if you end up liking it, then that's cool. And then you never know what could happen. Got one of the songs in a indie horror film, so
Oh, did you?
And then
nice. Actually, what film did you get it into?
It was the one I got to have my acting debut into.
Oh, really?
Die Influencers Die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up online here. Die Influencers Die, huh?
Yeah, directed by Gary Arona, and Tabitha Stevens was in it, produced it. Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie
Rock.
Oh, really?
Rock, dude.
Here's the
Katie
IMDb
Morgan,
on the thing.
Scott McKinley, bunch of people.
Nice. So cool.
Yeah.
Alpha male social media star. Dupes a group into his peers into an overnight live streaming event. And then everybody dies, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. I dig it. So you're acting in that, huh? I'm definitely going to buy that movie and watch it tonight.
So, yeah, I started doing, which really want to get into more acting stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, yeah, there's some amazing filmmakers around town, too. That, you know Jimmy Romero?
Yeah, we just did Raiding the Rock Vault together.
Oh, okay.
And I sat in and sang Killing in the Name with his band that played at that barbershop at the Cosmo.
Oh.
So that was 1 week ago. I did both.
You know, he's a really good director, man. He's making all kinds of movies.
Yeah, I didn't know that till, because we met a few times and we played together. Then that night after the Cosmo gig, we were chatting, and then I ended up telling him, but he showed me some stuff he did and was telling me, like, oh, I just did a couple, because I just did a movie 2 weeks ago too. And I was like, I started doing some acting stuff, and then he showed me all the stuff he does and stuff. So I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something someday.
Yeah, you never know, man. It's hard at that level too, where you're like trying to get stuff out, you know, but it's like the budgets are really low and you're just like, whatever I can do to get, you know, good actors. He's starting to deal with the Screen Actors Guild and everything for all his actors, and it's a total pain in his ass. He came on and we did a whole talk about the trials and tribulations of like stepping up another level as he progresses in his film career.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be interesting. I'll have to talk to him more. So he's just saying like how to like.
Yeah, and the nuisance of it all, right? Because it's like you know you make a couple movies with your friends, and then it's like, all right, well I'm going to start doing like bigger budget things and maybe get like you know, people to pay for the movie outside, and then it's like now you're dealing with the Screen Actors Guild and you're renting cameras and you're doing all this stuff professionally, but it's like now you're dealing with the Screen Actors Guild and all these people that are like represented, and it's not your friends and you making movies anymore. It's a whole thing.
That's why, because my friend Gary, who directed the movie, he's done tons of stuff. He used to live in LA and did Hollywood, you know, Cinemax, HBO, Showtime, and a bunch of stuff for decades. Been out here, he's just, you know, even funded it himself and shot it himself, and just get no one in, like hired people, you know, but just not in the union, not having to deal with any red tape at all.
Yeah,
just doing it but that's, you know, because he's done it forever and can just like, okay, I'm just going to do it, see what can happen doing it this way, because I can only imagine, you know, the higher up you get, the stuff you have to deal with too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the unions I deal with live production, you know. There's all kinds of red tape you got to go through and rules and regulations throughout the day that have to be met constantly, or there's constant penalty.
Oh,
you know?
especially, all the stuff you're doing. I'm sure it's not just like, show up and...
Yeah. No,
thing.
Everybody's got to get meals at a certain time, break every 2.5 hours. You know, the second you go more than like 5.5 hours without cutting people for food, it's like extra hour of pay for every hour that they're. So you're like basically paying them double time to not eat, shit like that. You know, so it's like you gotta schedule your whole thing around this union contract. The entire production has to be scheduled around it.
A friend I was talking about too, also like when you do like, with some union symphony gig or something like that, and. You know, recording a piece, and it was like, you know, you're recording a piece for a movie or whatever it was, and all of a sudden it's like, the time was up, say it was noon, and it was like, ding, people put down their instruments, and it's like, oh, but we just need a few more minutes, and it's like,
nope.
Wow, so.
Yeah, and see the other side of that, like I'm doing these bigger festivals and stuff like that, they get it a little out of hand. And the artists are very demanding, and it's not union at all, you know what I mean? It's just like fucking Wild West. And all of a sudden you'll be sitting at your console for like 8-10 hours, and it's like, am I gonna get to fucking eat or like go to the bathroom at any time?
Yes, that's so. I guess I'm sure there's the pros and cons of having a little leniency, but then that's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So
I just get up and go. I'm like, I was at a gig and they just kept throwing bands at me, and I was like, dog, it's been 6 hours. What's up with dinner? You know, like we came in and we set everything up, you know, and it's like this show's gonna start at like, you know, 8 o'clock, and it's 6 now, and you're like, they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like, cool, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Like, you're leaving? We were in the, you know, we just finished one band sound check. We got to do another band sound check. I was like, they can fucking wait. I'm not going to sit here till midnight, 1 in the morning and not eat. Because what you're trying to do is roll me right into doors, into show, into loadout without feeding me or allowing me to go get anything to eat. And I was like, I'm just not going to do it. You can call someone else if you want.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love that.
Call someone else.
You got it. I mean, yeah.
You know,
you want to function.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And they were just going to do that.
So really, it would have worked out that way.
That's how it really would have worked out. And fucking other engineer was like, let's go eat. You know, he's like, nah, I'm good. I got a protein bar or whatever. It's like, whatever. Fuck these people. I'm going to go eat. You know, I don't give a shit anymore. You know,
you come to that point. Like, we can't say no. I can.
Yeah,
and I am going to.
I can do. Yeah,
get someone else.
Get someone else. I don't care. Yeah,
I'll be fine.
You get to a point where you're like, I have way too much. I'm working too much, man. I don't need this fucking gig. You're killing me. You're not gonna let me eat? No. No. And they push that, but they push that super hard, and so many people just go, okay. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure, right? Because they get away with it.
They don't want to get in trouble or whatever.
Right. And they're like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. It's wild.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, let's talk more about you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
How long exactly have you been with the Blue Man Group? Because, like, it's been forever, the whole time I've known you.
22 years.
Damn!
Since it opened in Vegas.
Wow, really? Are you like an official, like, original member?
Of the Vegas show.
Wow.
Because it's still open in New York. It's still there from 91.
That's so cool.
But, yeah. So when we opened February, we're like the previews officially opened in March of 2000.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn, dude.
And it's been awesome. So doing that, and then I did a bunch of tours as well with Blue Man.
Yeah, you get to travel around the world with Blue Man Group, right?
I did, yeah. I did probably like 6 or 7 years worth, kind of. Did the rock concert tour. We did a thing called How to Be a Megastar. We were playing arenas. And we did like a bunch of runs in the U.S., Canada, then Mexico, South America, Europe, South Korea. And then I went to Australia. Then we did a couple world tours, which was everywhere from Singapore to Saudi Arabia to Abu Dhabi to South Africa and New Zealand. It was insane.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. Spend like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time in each place. So.
I've never been to Saudi Arabia, but I hear doing events there is just incredible because that's where all the oil comes from. And those people are like trillionaires, and their names aren't listed on the richest people in the world. They don't want you to know who the fuck they are. They own everything. And so some of those events are just wild. Do you have any cool stories about that?
Well, I do have a couple of stories. Actually, pretty awesome was we were actually one of the first major productions to ever play there. Because you couldn't have events. Oh, yeah. Actually. And, like, we met a lot of local musicians there, and I kept in touch with them. Like, when I went there twice, I went there in 2017 and 2018. And 2017, it was, we had people come to our sound check, and they would say for rehearsals or to get together, they would have to send emails to each other and set up a time. They couldn't let it be known that they're getting together. It was illegal. Oh, wow. You could get, like, arrested. And at the time, women couldn't drive, and there's all these rules. So they were, and then shortly after that, and so we were like, I remember I watched the first show because we had like an extra person on the tour, for coverage in case something happened to someone. And I remember watching the first show, and one of the ladies was there, and the show started, and then all of a sudden it was like, cross section, and tears were coming down her eyes. Yeah. She's like, you don't know what this means. And the other promoter's like, stop it. But she was so moved that there's this major show coming in here, and people get to witness because they didn't have that stuff. And then the second time we came, it was much looser. They started to make all these events, but it was interesting. Like then, they're not used to running at like Vegas, having shows all the time. So it was interesting watching our crew work with theirs. Like, oh, this is not ready yet. This tent is falling down. All the stuff that was like, we can't open yet because of this and this and this. And then we did Tinnitus, versions. I did it all over the world, versions of that. We did Saudi Arabia, the U.S. consulate. Really? So we had to give every country, like from Beijing to, and to like Saudi Arabia. So it was doing like everywhere I'd go, I'd book a Tinnitus type gig with the guys I was touring with. That's so cool. So you would happen to be in that country with Blue Man Group, and most of the people all of the people from Tinnitus are Blue Man Group, right? Well, it was time, not the Vegas, not the Vegas OGs, lineup, but it would be like people in Blue Man. Then I would say, hey, I do this thing in Vegas. Yeah. And I know the people I'd be touring with, we just met, some of us, and I'd be like, here's kind of the songs we kind of do. It's like, I want to do this wherever we go. You guys into it? And like, yeah. That's so cool. I would just reach out to like look, what's a club, or either people I knew or just blindly to say, hey, I'm in a show called Blue Man Group playing at this venue for 2 weeks, and I have this band. And then literally I got pretty much everywhere, sometimes multiple gigs. Probably did like 60 gigs around the world doing Tinnitus and Blue Man.
They got their money's worth, those countries, man.
So that was fun.
Tinnitus is incredible, man. I love when you do the Tinnitus show. I miss that a lot, mixing you with
having
Tinnitus.
you there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been great.
Those were a lot of fun.
Those are still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Sometimes whenever we can get around to getting everyone together to do it, it's always a project.
Yeah, I know it, man.
That's just kind of what we're talking about. So it's, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like trying to put that Primus thing that I put together. Everybody's asking if I'm ever going to do it again. I'm like, I don't know. It was so much work.
Yeah, do you have any?
So much work.
Yeah, that was super cool, too.
Dude, I don't know if I could do it now because I'm so rusty. I would have to put so much time into practice just to, like, before I even call anybody, just bust my ass rehearsing all those songs again just to get up to that level where I could even perform them live.
I mean, I know, right? So you're saying that's going to eat up all your not free time when you might want to work on something else.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do an original thing, so it's like, I love doing it. But man, I know about the amount of work that goes into a project like that. It's just overwhelming. And the way you were doing it, where every single show is this entirely unique entity, man. And it was just like thematical and just, it was always a surprise. That was what I really liked about it.
Oh, that's what, people try to make it, you do a lot of the similar stuff, but then try to switch it up and just have different, and then the thematic elements, weird stuff involved, try to make it something interesting, at least something.
It was definitely interesting, man. It was phenomenal. And you are like probably one of the best frontmen. I was saying, we were talking earlier about that. You're probably one of the best frontmen I've ever seen, man. Like, it's amazing that you're a percussionist and you sit in the background playing drums when you have that much talent and potential as being the frontman of a band. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I really enjoy because you get to be free and just kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of. And good thing my voice has improved through the years, so that's getting better, which is good.
Being a frontman's not about being a good singer, man. There's an energy you create, It's like Van Halen, right? Like Sammy Hagar is way more talented than David Lee Roth on so many levels, but David Lee Roth was the better frontman 100% of the time.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and you hear people that have like, sure, they're technically great, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just like, it's boring, I mean, depending on the thing, it's like, then you see someone, as you said, that's a great example, like a David Lee Roth, like, obviously, the charisma, who cares if he's not like a singer by any means.
Yeah.
I mean, but he has a thing.
He has a thing.
Which is way more important on a lot. It depends,
Yeah, you're coming to be entertained.
I mean, it depends, of course, what the project is. So, thanks. Yeah, so I enjoy being the frontman more than drumming. But actually, I love drumming. So I bet I've even gotten more into it through the years. Even it's still great, but I really like doing the frontman thing.
Yeah, you're fucking awesome. I'll never forget you. And usually, every time your name comes up in conversation, like the time when you jumped off the stage onto the tables at Vamp'd, and you're like jumping from table to table to table, like kicking everyone's drinks over and singing and screaming, and then the one table just wasn't stable, man, and you flipped over in the middle of everything. Right? Those are high tables. Those are like 4 feet tall. Something like that.
There's video of that.
There's definitely, I've seen video of that for sure.
And it snapped. Yeah, because I'm like, jump, and it's like,
oh, is that what it snapped?
Yeah, because I'm like, what the hell? I was jumped on it, and it just, things snapped off, and I landed like on the back of my head.
Oh,
so I remember grabbing the mic, and like, okay, continue onward. It could have been way worse.
We all thought you died at front of house. We were like, there goes Jeff. Fuck.
Yeah,
an ambulance.
It could have been literally that. I mean, because I got landed upside down on the back of my head and neck, and it's like, this could have really sucked. Instead of just being like, oh, okay, I feel a little lightheaded, but I'm fine.
So you have any intention of releasing a record with this Vevesi thing? I'm interested in your original band, man. I want to see you guys play.
I mean, we just put, release it on streaming, something like that. So
I got you the Spotify link up. I just saw the one song though.
And there's like, I think 5 on there.
Is there?
Yeah. If you go to the band thing, there's like 5.
I got to go to the band thing. Click. That was the link. Okay, there we go. That was the link you sent me, was the pinnacle of.
Oh, yeah. And then there's. So, I mean, it's going to keep.
Nice picture.
working on, Charles, Charles Henry, we used to do Tinnitus Implement. He took that.
Oh, did he? He's very talented, isn't he?
Yeah, he does all that stuff, really, which we're talking about doing a little short film, too.
Oh, really? Cool.
And him and
this is
Andy.
The song you sent me. Did you want me to play this on air?
Oh, you can.
Yeah?
That first one.
All right.
Yeah, that's an experience.
Is it? I'll just write it underneath. We can talk over the top of it a little bit.
Are we supposed to talk?
Yeah, Then it's not like copyright infringement because it's just kind of there. No, you gave me permission. I can play whatever the fuck I want. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that doesn't work. When I put stuff out, I don't give a shit. I'm not monetized yet anyways. But yeah, when I put stuff out, like the artist will be on the show and I'll be like, hey, do I have permission to play this thing? Or they'll ask me directly, hey, look this up on YouTube and play it off my channel. And I play it and then YouTube's like, you can't do that. And I go, literally the guy's on my podcast telling me to do it. So I definitely have permission from him. And then half the time they're like, okay. And then half the time they're like, demonetized. And I'm like, they just sons of bitches. I think what it has to do with is they send a request to the artist, and then they're musicians, so they're too busy smoking pot to answer their emails.
Oh, to see respond to it.
To respond to the request to allow me to play their video on the podcast. I air it in full anyways. I don't give a shit, But listen to this. This is that makes sense.
And it kicks in a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. So are you like the primary writer on this? This sounds like something that came out of your head.
It is, yeah. This one definitely was mainly me.
Yeah.
As far as, and then they made it work. Tony added his thing, and Corky put it all together. But yeah, like Tony came up with this part, but I had the main idea, and most of the music was. And I put two songs together. Actually, I had this song. You'll hear them. There's a whole 3-minute ending. That was completely different, and I was going to add in. Corky's like, dude, you have enough parts. I don't think we need anything else. I'm like, let's just try it.
Yeah.
And also it ended up working. Nice little pause.
Bro.
I had a couple other original bands too I was doing.
Yeah? That you're doing or that you were in?
Yeah, recording. Actually, I'm going to record this week.
Oh, wow.
Elliott Waits for No One. And his band Vante. I did like 4 songs off of. But Elliott Waits for No One, we have a full-length album out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Are you just playing drums on that? Or you?
Yeah, I drums. I sang on a couple and co-wrote some. But mainly my friend Brian Trock and Jenny Frank, his wife, they did most of it.
Oh, okay.
But I did, co-write some stuff and sang on some stuff too.
Nice. I like original music from Tortora.
So I love it.
Because it sounds like this.
But this. Oh yeah, that whole crazy schizophrenic.
I love it.
Here comes the drum break.
I love the excessively long drum breaks. Totally unnecessary.
Yeah. See, this is almost over, but then it goes in this whole, like, other part of
it. Is that you singing?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Did you speed your voice up at all on this? You really singing that fast?
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard, fast and so high.
Yeah, it's hard to get your mouth to move that fast.
Yeah, it was interesting because
out.
It was to get these Corky was recording at his house. He's like, try to pronunciate as much as possible, but it was like, give it to me, take it to me, every little thing for me, give it to me, take it to me, every little thing for me. So I was like, so did it like a shitload of times.
Yeah.
So, but because it was pretty fast and to articulate it.
Yeah. Have fun doing that live, bro.
Oh yeah, this whole thing. It's like since this goes in this whole thing, there's all these layered vocals and layered, just keys and 7,000 guitars. So to do it live,
it makes me think almost like Dream Theater right now. It's very
this
orchestral rock.
Yeah,
almost.
this is very like epic
Yeah.
theatrical rock, you know.
Theatrical rock, yes.
Yeah.
That's a better term for it.
I guess the whole thing is kind of,
Yeah.
This is more,
That's cool, man.
kind of this,
New music for me to listen to. And I'm following Elliott Waits for No One as well.
Actually, we're working on another album should be done within a few months.
That's awesome. Where are you recording all your records at, man?
This stuff is mainly doing at Corky's house. Like, I do the drums there.
Yeah.
And vocals there, but I did one track at Tony's house and one track at my house, vocals. And then Tony does his guitars at his place. And then Corky mixes at his place. So
everywhere.
So, yeah, kind of between, like I said, drums are Corky's and he's doing all the mixing there.
Yeah, that's kind of the world we live in now, right? It's like you can just, everybody's got a little home studio set up and, you know, you can transfer files real quick and easily with zero markers and just track wherever you want and finally get a big stack of audio and you mix it at one guy's house.
I know.
That's really cool.
It's so crazy. It's cool. Yeah, I would like to even, as I sometimes I like to be more like, we'll work on the stuff together, then it's like, okay, boom, do it. I'd probably like to spend more time just together to really fine-tune things, but just timing a lot of times doesn't work out. So it's like, okay, we work it out. And I'm just like, it works. And then there'll be some magic that happens in there. Or, oh, Corky would do something in the mix. And it's like, oh, that was cool that I didn't see. And then make tweaks and tweaks and tweaks. And then the other stuff, the Elliott Waits for No One, they do in... This guy, Jabin Pennell, he has a studio at his house, like a farm in Wisconsin. So he'll mix there, and I'll do the drums. I've done drums at Corky's. I think I might even do some at Thad's and at Desert Moon before. And then, send them the files. I went out there, too, once before, but, since I don't live out there, do them here, send them files, and then Brian does stuff at his house and sends to the, it's like we talked about.
Yeah, you all don't have to be in the same room, although it is nice. I always find at least if I can get the bass player and the drummer in the same room, tracking live, like together, that the vibe of the album kind of gets a nice, the meat and potatoes of the whole record is kind of nice. And you can overdub the guitars and the keys and the vocals and everything on top. But that rhythm section, as long as they're vibing and they kind of have a flow together, it feels a lot more natural when the finished product comes out, as opposed to like tracking drums to a click,
Okay.
And we still play to a click, but the bass player and the drummer are in the same room together because you're always fluctuating off the click,
Yeah.
There's always a few, what are they called? Anyways, points that go on either side of the actual 0 point of the click and sense, right? Or is that auto tune? I don't know. There's too many terminologies in my fucking head at this point. So you still get that natural swing to things, though. And that vibe of like, the bass player and the drummer grooving together.
I mean, on that note, I did a thing with Kyle Frost, singer, friend, and Stoney Curtis and Barry Barnes.
Yeah.
We did it at Desert Moon, but it was a thing. Kyle had the tunes already mapped out pretty much. It was like a demo. It's like listen to it. But then we just went in there and changed some arrangements but worked on the stuff as a band at the studio. And it's like really cool because it's like, things just change. Like, no, how about just, because once you record it, it's like, well, here it is. Like, no, let's do that. But can we try adding another bar of music before you would come in? Oh, yeah, that does make more sense. Or let's just make a break here. You had it continuing on your demo, but let's just try that. And you could try it out in real time with each other. Yeah, that works. Let's try it. So you could actually work on it and fine tune it more, which I think a lot of times, ideally, that's...
Yeah, 100%.
That's the way.
Yeah. Like I want to, when I'm finished with this record that I'm just producing here in my studio, and I'm playing everything on it. I'm playing drums and bass and guitar.
So you're doing everything.
And that'll be like the demo version of like, this is my vision. And then I want to hire my friends, people like you, to perform and like go pay for studio time and pay everybody to like show up and like jam and like do these songs really.
That's just it.
Because I'm a fucking terrible drummer and I'm not exactly a shredder on guitar. You know what I mean? But I have all these people that are just incredible in my life that just really, they can really bring this amazing flair to the whole record.
Yeah, you could get obviously tons of people. That'd
be a lot of fun.
Chill. Keep me posted.
I will. Hopefully I'll have something together. Like by the end of next year, it's kind of my like, I gotta have this done.
Like a full album?
Yeah, 10 songs,
10 songs
like have them written and recorded by
the end of
next year. Yeah, it's like my goal, so I can get this thing done before I fucking turn 40, bro.
Oh, that's
getting older.
You're still
getting older.
I'm older.
I know, man. It's coming up fast.
It keeps coming faster.
Yeah, son of a bitch. I know. It's very temporary experience we're having here in this human existence. Yeah.
Yeah, but keep enjoying it though.
Oh, I do. It's a dance, man. I came to party. I've been very good about it. I spent most of my life dancing and enjoying the party, so try not to lose that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're just talking. You still have the enthusiasm.
Yeah. I love it. Every day's a blessing. And I love everything I'm doing, man. It's just so much fun. Even when it's corporate events, but still wearing a sports coat and doing talking heads. It's like I still get to fly really cool speakers and shit like that. And you too, you're just saying, traveling around the world, playing drums, just performing with all these amazing musicians.
Yeah, I get to do, besides Bloom, I get to do tons of other stuff too, which is great. Have the variety and flexibility, and it feeds off each other, makes everything more exciting.
Yeah.
So if you just do the same thing, at least for me, I do Blue Man, then the more I do outside projects, the more I'm excited to do Blue Man too again.
Yeah.
Keeps everything fresh, which is necessary.
Very much so. Yeah, I definitely enjoy moving from different circumstances, from festivals to corporate events to music clubs to touring with a band and all these different things. It's like whenever you're not doing the same thing every day.
Yeah, it all
so
has
fresh.
Some interesting about it. Even it's like, oh, it's just a boring corporate, or what. I'm just using it as a general term.
Yeah, they usually are.
It's still, there's, it's more structured. There's more, not structure. It's always last minute, it seems like, but it's always, they're spending all this money. It's like no one knows what they're doing until 5 minutes before the show.
They spend a whole year planning this fucking event. And then like 2 days before, they change everything.
Is that what you find?
Oh,
because obviously
dude.
you're in that
Always.
world about it.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, they come in like, dude, and they're making changes to everything all the way up till doors. Like they're like, oh, I got one more update on the on my PowerPoint, or one more update on these slides. And it's like, dude, doors are in 10 minutes. What are you doing? Like, didn't you start planning this second this ended last year? And it's wild that
but
they
then
do
everything
that to
else
us.
happens, I guess, and then I think with that level you get so many layers of people to deal with.
Oh yeah,
and stuff just keeps happening too. So you're like, oh shit, and then changes, and then it's got to go through. I mean, it's just how it seems.
Yeah, you just fly by the seat of your pants, man. The last one I did was this fucking house flipper thing, and they gave us no rehearsal times. They changed everything all the way up till doors, and we just didn't know what we were doing. They didn't give us runs of shows. They didn't give us anything. They just went for it. And they were like, fucking do the thing you do. And it's like, what? You tell me what my thing is. I don't make this up. Yeah. And so we all just made it up, but we've done so many. It seems so flawless. We were like, how did we pull that out of our asses like that? They ended a 2-day run of like just wing-dinging a whole show for these people. And they were literally like, the emails were pouring in as doors are happening that morning. And they're like trying to like go to a B machine and like upload stuff and then transfer over to the B machine to the A machine and like have everything. And it's like just last minute. She's like, hang on. Okay, intro, we're ready to go. Fuck.
Stress.
All the way up till the second we do the intro.
Yeah.
They were changing everything so much that the whole team was just on their toes. And it's ridiculous what we do for people sometimes. Ridiculous.
Make it happen.
Yeah. We make fucking miracles happen. The creatives are the biggest pain in our butts ever. They're just these eccentric people that just have all the ideas in the fucking world, but they've never unloaded a truck. they've never flown speakers or hung projector screens or set up lighting or like done any of the actual things that need to happen in the real fucking world, not in your imagination, not in fucking fantasy land, you know? And so they give us all this glorious shit and we're like, okay, but you can't fucking put speakers in front of a projector that needs to hit a screen back here, you know, and like,
yeah, you need,
you know, and so we got to move all this other, and then you're like, you can't put all this, you know, like they got all these props and this and that, and everything's hanging in weird spots, and we have to go in and redo their whole vision and be like, so this is how it works in reality. And they're like, oh, yeah, so disappointed.
Yeah, that's why you need that, of course, life in general, the balance, but you need it's saying like budgets suck, and then like the technical, I have this vision and it could be genius, but the point is you need sometimes to have the curb or someone to be like, no, see, this is, you can't do this because of this reason. Oh, okay, but we could do it this way. Okay, and then financially, obviously, you have to have a cutoff point at some point because otherwise people just be like, so there's that. That's why things get complex, understandably, because there's all that. Have the great idea, need money. There's only so much money. And technically, what do we need to do? You got to so it's like all that you need it to all somehow.
Yeah, that's why it's fun to work for some of the really big companies where they have just all the money in the world. We do the most amazing shit for those people.
But then there is like, and then both. Creative and technical.
Yeah,
because you have experience with both things.
With both. Yeah, I just don't get to be that creative on these job sites.
Oh, no, those, I mean, right. I'm sure
yeah. I don't, you know, the second you speak up, I've learned to just shut my fucking mouth and just stand by waiting for instructions.
Okay.
Because the second you speak up, all of a sudden you got a face and they're like, who the hell's that guy? You know? Why is he telling me how my show's going to go? Yeah.
Right.
They're like, oh, I think you're fired, dude.
Like, oh, not my gig.
Yeah, they replaced you. You're like, okay, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. So yeah, it's funny how that all goes together, man. It's a wild industry working for all these people, man. But yeah, it's also really glorious. Some of the stuff we put together is incredible, and nobody ever sees it, you know. And like we do fucking huge private concerts, and you know the Killers play, or just a Journey, you know.
Oh right, but right, no one's. It's just for
that small group of people, and it was like, dude, it was like 150-foot stage, and fucking had David Spade and Journey come out and perform out of nowhere just for like this one little corporate event, and we were there for days, you know.
Shit, you imagine
setting
how
up
much
this
money
huge
is
thing
put into that.
Yeah, it was wild. It took 3 days to build the stage.
Wow.
You know, and it was so big.
Sounds like a festival, but it was just
dude, we do way smaller stages than that for fucking festivals sometimes, and I just couldn't believe it.
So it was massive.
It was massive, and it was just for this small select group of people. They came to Vegas to party, and they did this corporate event, and it was, dude, it's all tax write-off for their company. Yeah, and it's just, dude, it's wild.
Was it like 500 people kind of thing, or more?
It's probably like 2,000 people. Maybe 3,000 people.
Okay, so it was a decent amount.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of people. Big room. Big fucking room. Yeah, it was wild. But we do some crazy shit. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
But yeah. I know I got to get you out of here soon, don't I?
Yeah, I got like another 15 minutes or
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
or we could wrap it up whenever, man.
Whenever's clever, yeah. I think we've gone past the 30, 45 minute mark. Okay, almost at 45 minutes.
Or maybe I'll just plug some projects.
I was going to say, let's talk about what you got coming up.
So, yeah, I guess I've tried the easiest as it's now. October. Rocktober. Well, I got Blue Man tonight, so I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of the Femmes of Rock. Do you know the violin groups?
Oh, yeah.
4 violin players in a rock band. We're doing Reno this weekend. I think we're also doing Allegiant Stadium. We're doing for a autism event. And Lodi, California. That's all this
Lodi?
Lodi
is my home territory, bro. I grew up in Stockton, which is like basically Lodi. The sheriff, it's like Lodi's Henderson to Stockton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I fucking grew up there, man. You're going to Lodi? Where are you playing in Lodi?
It would be, I forget what it's called. I have to look at my thing. Some theater.
Some theater?
It'd be, I I mean, it can't be many theaters in Lodi.
Yeah, right. And this is with the Femmes of Rock.
Femmes of Rock.
Here you go, the Femmes of Rock. I got the thing. Oh, wait, got to push that button right there. Femmes of Rock. I'm pushing too many buttons. Jeff, I'm pushing too many buttons. What am I doing?
Oh, my God.
What am I doing? That was the worst video transition I've ever done in my life.
And I witnessed it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the Femmes of Rock. That's going to be fun, man.
So, yeah, that should be... what else this month? Oh, I might be doing... I don't know if I am or not yet. Lucie May's Wild Nights show thing. I might do some vocals for that. We're talking about that on the 29th. I'm supposed to do a version of a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What?
I guess a friend of mine put on there some benefit, but they're doing watching the show on the 29th. It's supposed to be at Notoriety. I haven't heard the latest details. And then after the show, they're having like performances of the songs. I'm supposed to do riff raff, I guess, like the Time Warp or something.
Oh, cool.
Character. So I'm like, yeah, I'd be into doing a character for that.
I love that. Rocky Horror. I love Rocky Horror, man. I've always wanted to do that for Halloween or something. Be like all the characters from Rocky Horror.
Oh, really?
Like, I can't get everybody to dress and drag with me. I mean, it's like, fuck no, you're not doing that, bro.
Oh, shit.
I'm always trying to get my brother to play Rocky because he works out like 3 hours a day.
Oh.
I'm just like, Gold Speedo, dude. Come on, do it for me.
You had a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Talk him into it. Halloween.
He'll never do it. He'll never fucking do it.
What do what else? I just did. Oh, but that was a few weeks ago in Asia, featuring John Payne gig. I subbed for that. It was fun.
Oh, cool. Asia the band, or you were in Asia the country, or
Asia the band. Then we did a
continent.
Corn. Oh yeah, no, that was 2016. Was in there.
Yeah. That's cool. You're playing in Asia, dude.
I did. Yeah, a couple subbing once in a while.
That's awesome.
So that's intense because you got to really focus on that. It's not super easy.
No.
Super hard, but it's involved. So I'll put it that way. But great band, great. And what was? Oh yeah, I did another movie, a B horror movie called Head on a Plate a couple weeks ago.
You did?
That's gonna be. Hopefully, should see an edited version any day now. So I hope to do more. I think we're gonna do a Die Influencers Die Part 2, and I hope to do more movies in the next few months. Like so I want to get into that more. For sure. Oh, that's why I was going to play that clip on, if you go to my website, there's just like a 1.5-minute little reel thing.
This website here?
If
JeffTortora.com. Yeah?
Yeah. Corky helped.
Is this the clip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Does it show? I mean, if it's a video, you might as well.
Yeah.
I guess it gives a little.
Oh, wait. Hang on a second. I can make this work. I didn't stop Spotify. I didn't stop Spotify.
Now it's just added another
penny. I'm my own Jamie, if you watch Joe Rogan.
Oh.
He's the guy that does all these button clicks while Joe hangs out and talks, but I do it all myself.
Okay.
Here we go. We'll hit full screen. We'll push the play button.
Target exactly who I want. I can make these buyers buy anything. I can shove the product so far down their throat that they'll puke up their money. And how do I do this, Ruger? Influencers. They have a direct line to the sheep that are following them. Welcome to the new shit. So I notice you don't have a lot of social media followers.
It's not my thing.
Well, it should be. The day is coming where it'll be everything. You almost didn't get this gig. The agency doesn't think you were popular enough. And I push for you. You wait. In a few years, if you don't have at least 500,000 followers, you won't get gigs. You'll be nothing. It's like you won't exist. No! Beloved. Oh. She didn't mean it. You didn't mean it, did you? I'm sorry. I'm really so sorry.
Something going on?
What are we doing? Is this different?
So sick,
there's
dude.
that.
What a fucking acid trip of a trailer that is. That is great, man. That's fun. So that's the movie? Is that the movie
That was from
you
the
were
Die
doing?
Influencer. Yeah,
The Die Influencer Die. Oh, so you're the killer in that movie too? Look at you.
I
That's a
get
pretty
to kill,
good part. You get to kill that
Tabitha.
You get to kill Tabitha.
Scissors.
Ah, right to the boobs or what? No.
Oh, close.
Close.
Missed it, and then it'd be in her face.
That's fucking great, man.
Yeah. So we say I had a song. Yeah, You Should Be Fine from there, and we did a music video too. And my brother edited it, and Corky edited that little trailer thing. And so it was kind of a cool.
I have that music video pulled up as well.
So it was kind of cool to. And
let me see if I can this picture in picture.
Hope to get more. Do more. That's why I keep writing music, because you never know. Just put it in.
That doesn't work. It's fun.
I'm in my backyard.
Is that your backyard?
It's kind of complicated, this thing you did unsolicited. You erased the messages again. You hate it. You hate it. You hate it! Hello, hello, hello. Everyone is listening. Hello, hello, hello.
And this is Vevesi as well, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I said, then we don't have to play the whole thing or anything. But that was, yeah. There's that. So doing more of that stuff. The Elliott Waits for No One. And Vante was another band recently. And and then that's my October. It's looking like, Blue Man Femmes and that Rocky Horror and the Lucie thing maybe. And I don't know, we'll see what else comes up. It's a pretty full schedule.
Nice.
This month. And so keep doing the music in all forms because it's all interesting.
Music and movies now.
And movies, yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely high on the list to start trying to do more stuff. And same thing, just build the portfolio that and see what happens.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing more original stuff, man.
And it's like way overdue.
Yeah, it sounds really good, man.
But cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. I am though too. I think it's still important. It's like, you could question like why, just keep, but it's like, well, make time for it. Why? Why not? Why? Because you never know. I mean, it's good for the soul. Cliche, but
no, it is.
And good for you never know what could happen. Anyways, so
artistic expression, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, without it, if everyone just did, I mean, I could be wrong. It's fun playing covers and doing stuff, or playing Blue Man's an original show, which is super unique. But having your own thing, your own, is obviously important as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And why not? So you got to get yours out in a year or so.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try as hard as I can, man. I'll be sending it to you first, bud.
Okay. And now it's comedy too.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I got to stand up too.
You really are like the first fucking name on my list of the baddest ass drummers I would ever fucking call to do a record with, man.
Oh,
easily,
shit. Well,
easily.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'd be into it.
Yeah. It'll be it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you have any direction?
It's going to be psychedelic. I'm going to fuck with people's heads. I've been doing audio engineering for so long. And I've been a musician my whole life. So I'm trying to merge the two instead of just come at it from Cracker Man, we were just doing punk rock, And the Primus thing was just, that's fun, but it's musicianship and it's pretty straightforward. But I'm trying to do a lot more manipulating sound, messing with stereo imagery, and introducing a lot of, different, just unique sounds and qualities that aren't necessarily instruments, as well as manipulating frequency levels directly, a lot of the cool shit you can do. I really like some some of like the dubstep things that you can do, not per se like making a dubstep record, but the sounds that they're actually able to incorporate in there, and the way they're able to move speakers, man, the way they move like subs is fucking beautiful. And I love testing systems with that, and I love hearing it come back at me like, what is happening? You know,
we were doing we were supposed to do an EDC thing with Blue Man.
Oh, really?
A week worth with Steve Aoki, so we're headlining EDC. And then we get there, and then the stuff was almost going to blow over, so we canceled the show.
No.
And was that 2013, maybe? And then, but I remember being out front, just checking it, like during our sound checks or whatever, hearing that stuff go through the PA. It was pretty insane. And like you said, like the dubstep, you know, like that style of music's not, but I love elements.
Yes.
Actually, a lot of that, the sounds, and you said what it can do. It's like freaking cool.
It's really cool. And so I want to incorporate that.
I like, you know, like your stuff incorporate, because you could take some, obviously, from any genre or anything, and like how you say you want to manipulate and try to do stuff like that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, my goal at the end of the day with the record is going to be like, you're just going to be like, what the fuck did I just listen to? You know, or like when you're in the middle of a song, you're like, what is happening? You know, it's going to take a second for you to like wrap your head around it, kind of vibe. And so I'm just trying to play with stuff, which is why it's taken me a little longer, because I'm in a very experimental phase right now where I'm still looking for sounds. I'm still trying to figure out vibes and like unique time signatures and that kind of stuff. It's like once it starts putting itself together, once I have like a picture, I'm really good at composing a piece and putting it all together in a way that works and creates an actual like song, but I'm still accumulating all the pieces.
See, so then it will come like once that, of course, I can imagine that'd be a process. But then once that, here's the formula, or in your head went, this is the way, and then it'll become much easier to like, make it.
Yeah, I'm stumbling on keyboard sounds that I really like. Stumbling on guitar tones I really like. And then I'm like experimenting with different things that are just like sounds in general that you can just put microphones in front of weird shit like Foley artists do and stuff like that, where you're just like, if you ever watch Foley, like the sound effects on TV and video games and shit, it's like the things that you think are the sound that you're hearing on the screen is nowhere at all near what they're actually doing or hitting or whacking or vibrating in front of a microphone to create that specific sound.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so it's like I'm trying to incorporate more elements of that as well, where I'm like doing a little more research into sound effects creation and Foley and stuff like that to create really weird ass unique sounding things going on, and then like hard pan it and put it a little higher in the mix than it should, or or it like sticks out over here and you're like, what the fuck? And it only happened like once in a song kind of thing, or I don't know. I'm just gonna fuck with I want to fuck with people's heads. I like when an artist does that. I really appreciate the effort that it takes to go into making a song where I'm just like, what? It's like, what just happened?
Yeah, especially you're trying to like, what sound, like, what's this gonna sound like if I put it through?
Yeah, just that. That's a weird thing a pin cap makes when it pops open like that.
Yeah, Blue Man just did some stuff, some ASMR, like, or they did a video, and then actually Andy Gomez, Tinnitus.
Yeah.
He did like the music, but it was that because they were like, some stuff obviously like they're like doing stuff, but he had to record like stuff at home or pull a giant, I can't remember what it was, if it was a rubber band, different levels, but it's like, but you're like, what is that sound? And it's like, I did this and this, and just, close mic'd and just did all this. And then, soundscape stuff that you like, watch them do, but it's really interesting. That's what's cool. I think Blue Man, when they're playing like instruments literally live and like made up, like,
you got like a big PVC pipe thing that you jam on that has all these different tones. It's like you're just jamming on PVC pipe and it sounds so fucking cool.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that. I think it's even more, of course, you could get with the electronics, guitars, whatever, keyboards, and do great stuff, but having something out of the norm, or that's like a homemade thing built and then tweaked, and you could do all, it's endless. So your thing could take 20 years.
It could, and I'm trying not to make it that way. I'm trying to get 10 songs done to where it's like, there you go, and then like maybe spend a little more time and get a little more creative with maybe a second take of it. But I want, music that's mine that I can play out and like just have a guitar player and a drummer and play it to like a background track of all the weird shit I'm coming up with that's just panned in stereo, and time code it to video walls and like create video imagery that'll play behind us along with like lighting. I'm a fucking nerd. And I have all this lights and sound and stuff like that. Right. So it's like you can SMPTE time code your playback when you perform live. Because like the album is like a thing I want to take out and perform live every summer.
Okay. That's true.
And yeah. And so, because I miss playing and I want to do original stuff. I haven't done it in a while. Like 2019 was the last time I played. Yeah. And so it'll be all SMPTE time coded and all the lights, everything. The whole thing will be this huge creative expression that I want to bring forward. It's like this the last thing I'll probably work on as far as like being a musician, you know, because I'm getting older and I want it to be like, this is the project. I see guys that are like in their 50s and they're like, yeah, I've been doing this is my project for like 15 years. And they got, you know, 5-6 records and they've been touring around having fun. It's not like I care about being famous. It's like artistic expression. You're doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and the other end of the spectrum being like, I want to sneak in beneficial lyrics like the Beatles did. Like once I started studying like Buddhism, Hinduism, Eastern traditions, and then doing shit tons of acid and like, you know, like cracking my awareness or my ego wide open and allowing my awareness to flow freely. You listen to the Beatles and you're like, have they always been saying this? It was just constantly right over my head.
And it came to, I know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and they were just talking about all this beautiful shit, man. And they don't do it in like a, you know, egotistic way or like trying to push anything on anybody. You know, they're just singing about interesting stuff, singing about love. And, you know, from a layman's perspective, someone who's not at all in tune to any of that, they're just like, oh, cool, what a happy song, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like Let It Be, you know? That's a Buddhist perspective, man. Then the whole thing, and when you listen to it, you're like, when you listen to it with the Buddhist perspective, you're just like, fuck, dude, you know, that's heavy. You know, that's really heavy. But when I was just some drunk kid, I was like, let it be. Okay, cool, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
You know, really... You know, but they've always been telling me this shit. They've been telling me my whole fucking life, and I wasn't really catching it. So I like that concept lyrically of expressing love and the loving kindness, you know, kind of thing to everybody, but more of a cryptic manner almost.
I like cryptic more than obvious.
Yeah.
It's more.
So that's my goal. I'll see if I pull it off.
You will.
Yeah.
In some form.
Thanks for asking me about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now it's like, so this is Jeff Tortora interviewing Jason
exactly.
Froberg. All right, I better
get the hell out of here.
Going.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man.
I really am glad. I miss you, dog.
Miss you too,
hopefully
man.
We'll see each other again soon, man. And thanks for watching the podcast. Love you, bud. Appreciate everything. And give me a like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow me on social media. Follow Jeff on social media. All the links will be in the description. And support us on Patreon and PayPal. Peace. Thank you for watching To the Fullest with Jason Froberg. You can check out more podcasts right here and subscribe by clicking right here.